TC Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back to the Spiritual Shepherd YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be getting into assumption. Assume the highest level of success in everything you do. Live from the end, not as if you are from the beginning, picturing yourself already in possession and in connection with that which you desire. Affirm with absolute confidence that it is already done. Visualize yourself daily in the ideal state, embodying it fully. Use imagination and imaginative imagery to feel the reality of your goals manifesting now. Expect the best case scenario in every situation, trusting that it is already unfolding perfectly to your vision. Believe everything is always working out for your highest good, leading up until you start to see the fruition of the manifestation. Assume only positive outcomes for your health, your wealth, and your happiness and relationships. Focus on the feeling of already having what you desire daily. Trust the universe that it is rearranging everything for your highest benefit, that it is working for you. Okay? Continuously affirm that it is all of your needs are being met already. Okay? Continuously affirm that your needs are already met already. Accept the thoughts, create your reality, and give them intention. Give your thoughts intention, meaning that think, actually put forward thoughts that are in alignment with your intention. Okay, let's keep going. Cultivate the feelings of certainty and success. So sometimes what I realize is that sometimes you feel relief, which is a certain feeling. Sometimes you feel surprised and relief. Sometimes you feel grateful or thankful. Sometimes it's a multitude of these things. Sometimes you feel secure. Sometimes you actually feel what security feels like. What does feeling secure feel like? Remain steadfast in your convictions that what you want is already yours to begin with. Okay. It could also just be realignment or alignment to begin with, meaning that a lot of people think that it doesn't belong to them and then they have to actually go get it. But it's already yours. You just have to realign yourself to vibrationally claiming it. Okay. Align your inner dialogue, so your self-talk, with your desired outcomes or what is coming outside. Okay. So you have to align your inner dialogue, your self-talk, with the things that are. So also that is discernment between the things that are outside of you. So is this in alignment with my self-talk? Is this in alignment with my internal desires? Okay. If it's not, then it's a no. It's an immediate no. Assume that you're always in the right place at the right time for the right reasons. Practice gratitude for your desires as if they are already realized. Practice gratitude for them. So literally just like practice being grateful. And I'm not saying practice it. I'm saying be in the practice of it. Okay. Speak affirmations with full belief and full conviction. Speak declarations with full belief and full conviction. Speak suggestion with full belief and full conviction. Doing these three things is the Jedi mind trick. This is exactly what I'm saying, y'all. Feel as though your desired outcome is already your present reality. Okay. And here's a big thing too, is it's just saying it just has to catch up. It just has to catch up to where I'm already at. It's catching up to where I'm already at. Okay. Release any doubts and embrace the certainty of your success. So any types of doubting, disbelief is going to cause speed bumps and pauses. So the key is to already just release it and already realize that doubt was there beforehand, but it's not here now that you've already realized that everything is already in the present now. Everything is the now moment. Envision your goals as complete and enjoy the feelings they bring. Envision them as already done. So envision the proper body, and then what does it feel to be in the proper body? What does it feel to eat healthy? What does it feel to read daily? What does it feel to be financially secure? Assume the universe always supports your highest intentions. Okay? And they do. They do. The universe does. Here's the thing too. God, universe, nature. That is the gun. Okay? God, universe, nature. God universally expresses himself through nature. Okay? So you can start to see that God created it, meaning that it is for your highest good. It is for your highest intention. It is always supporting you. Imagine yourself living in the right now as if. So that is another way to imagine. And you can maybe even make columns: imagination, visualization, assumptions. You could do feelings and thoughts. You could do stuff like that. Okay. Let's talk about it. Affirm the abundance flowing to you and through you effortlessly and naturally. So, and also it's realization. Realize the abundance around you. Persist in your assumption until the desired outcome shows itself no matter what. Trust your subconscious mind is working perfectly. Bring your desires to fruition by trusting. Okay, embody the energy of the version of yourself who already has everything, that which you say you desire. So meaning that there's a dissociation actually between characters, split personalities. Well, meaning that we have multiple personalities, multiple personal realities. That's what personality is, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Also, that is connected to thoughts and feelings and emotions and a multitude of different types of parameters, including our speech, our belief systems, our permission slips, how much we determine our autonomy or sovereignty, or how much our autonomy and sovereignty is based on somebody else giving us that sovereignty. Okay, as well, here's a big thing too, is that when you start to embody the energy of the version of yourself to which you already have, you'll start to dissociate from who you thought you were. Okay? Assume that your thoughts are always already in harmony with your desires. Okay? Practice seeing the world from the perspective of the desired outcome being fulfilled. Okay? Feel deep gratitude for the manifestation if it's happening within your dreams. Trust in the power of your subconscious mind. Trust in the power of your subconscious mind communicating to manifest your desires. So communicating to you. Trust your subconscious mind when it communicates to you. Act as if your goal is already accomplished and maintain the feeling. Okay. Assume every challenge is just a stepping stone to even greater success. Continue to visualize yourself achieving goals with ease, with joy, and with gratefulness. Okay. Keep your mind focused on the end result and live as if you are already at the end result, allowing nothing to sway you beforehand. Assume that you are always surrounded by opportunities for growth and success. Let go of any need to control, which really does start to get into self-control, okay? As well as like you can't control anything outside of yourself. So let go of any need to control and trust the process of the creation process. Trust the creation process. And you know that the I am is the creation process. If you're doing your I am affirmations, if you're doing your suggestions, if you're doing your identity declarations and really feeling, thinking, speaking, acting, being, doing your habitual construction is all in alignment, it's only a matter of time. You will be offered tests. You will be offered tests, and it's important that you continuously still embody who you are regardless of the testing you, because that is just reassuring you, hey, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And then that's when you say, yes, I'm sure this is my reality. Yes, I'm sure this is my reality. Affirm daily that you are worthy and all worthy for all desires that you have is also good. Okay. See yourself living in constant state of abundance and well-being. Assume every action you take is still connected to the desired outcome and is in fact moving you closer to this outcome. Keep your faith, have your faith stay unshaken, knowing that your desire is already on its way to you. Affirm that success comes to you naturally and effortlessly. Trust in the infinite power of your subconscious mind to manifest your desires. Assume that you always are divinely guided in all that you do from somebody beyond your three-dimensional frequency, or your three-dimensional depiction of who you are, your ego. Okay, trust spirit. Trust that you are always on the right path for the highest good. Speak words of constant abundance, of constant health, prosperity, and wealth as if they are your current reality. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Make it your dominant state and vibrational frequency that you are emitting through your emotions. Remain focused on the belief that you are already successful, always successful in all areas of life, always. Assume that you are always growing, evolving, and expanding into greater success. Feel deep gratitude for the opportunities that you already have coming your way, that you already have presented to you currently. Okay? All right. I want to talk about a little thing, and maybe I'll turn this into a second video. So I'll do another thing. TC Spiritual Shepherd, welcome back to the Spiritual Shepherd YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to get into an actual explanation of how I use the law of assumption to actually create my reality. Okay, and I remember doing this, and I did this so well. Some of you guys already know, but ultimately, I did this when I got the cheesecake job, the cheesecake serving job. So in 2020, we didn't have jobs. Okay, so we didn't work. We didn't work in 2020. If you were doing your right purpose and your right work, you were reading and you were studying and you were fasting and you were breathing and you were following TC the Spiritual Shepherd on TikTok and you were, studying breatharianism and you were, getting sunlight and you were doing those types of things. Okay. The funny thing is then the commerce market opened again, meaning that all of these companies started opening again. And ultimately, I was told, go get a job. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. And I was like, all right, I'll get a job. So the thing is like, I've been at this point in my life where I'm like, I'm very close to never having to work again. Maybe that'll be 35, maybe it'll be 33, whatever. But I know that there's a point in my life soon that I will be, it's not that I won't work. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. Some people might not, but it's really that you're not owned by time. Now, I did this process where I started to use affirmations as I already have the job. And I'm already wealthy. I already am abundant. I am the one that creates abundance. I'm the one that creates the idea that things are abundant or scarce. So, and I started really perpetuating new cycles and really transforming my mind by the renewal of our mind, And so I started doing this and I just applied to all of these different serving jobs. So I applied to Yard House, which I didn't get because I ended up leaving there a day early, which was totally cool. I ended up applying to BJ's Brew House. I applied to other different places. I applied to Cheesecake, and I just did one full swoop. And so the funny thing is I got the job the day of because I assumed when I was so in the law of assumption. I still am so in the law of assumption because I get it. I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it feels like if I've already created success stories. I'm doing a success video on it. Obviously, I know how it works. I can't speak for other people, but the whole thing about this too is that I walked in and I was just living in the way. I mean, I was studying the Jedi. I was studying like how really does it mean to be a Jedi? How really does it mean to be like who you really are, the embodiment of what you are? Everything that you're doing is just a walking factual billboard. Everything that you say, you do. Everything that you do, you say. And that was my main thing was like, do what you say. like that was my first main like one of my spiritual awakenings, which is just like say what you do what you say, follow through on everything that you do. So I started doing that. And I started when I went into BJ's, I was like, hi, I'm here, to get the job, da 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 da. And notice like kind of the way that I put it, I'm here to get the job, not to, interview for it or da da da, whatever. I started like really operating on the frequency that, bro, this is all mine. I own this place. I own all this food. I own everything. And then that's when people like, TC's arrogant. I totally get why people get it. It's because law of assumption. And a lot of people don't understand the law of assumption or have never heard of the law of assumption. And then you try to tell people, hey, check out the law of assumption. And then they'll be like, the first person they'll assume, they'll be like, no, I don't need that. Like, bro, you're assuming that right now. You're assuming you don't need it, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, or you assume. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's just like I'm like that's not arrogant, so just different things like that. But I also find it interesting too that I started applying as if I already have it. I started talking as if I already have it. I would say affirmations. I do my polyphasic sleeping as if I already have it. I do all these different types of things as if I already have it. And the main part about this is that because when you're doing this, you're actually living as if you already have it. And so the reality is like, he already has it. The subconscious mind, the superconscious mind is just like, he already has it. When you go to sleep, he already has it. When he walks outside, he already has it. When the way that he speaks, he's speaking as if he already has it. And that's the great thing and that's the same thing with wealth. That's the same thing with networking. That's the same thing with trading. That's the same thing with passing prop firms. That's the same thing with getting a job. That's the same thing with, building a business. It's the same thing as all this type of stuff. And then how long are you going to persist in that? And here's the thing. How long have you persisted the other way? Because there's a lot of people who will persist in it for a week, but they've been unpersistent in it, or they've been persistent in the opposite for years, decades. And then they'll say it doesn't work. But you have to actually see that there is a buffer period, that there is an emotional buffer period for, it's a test. There's tests throughout your life. Okay. And you literally take these tests. Like it's like Earth is a school, straight up. Earth is a school, straight up. And you take tests all the time. Are you going to be who you said you are going to be? Are you going to be who you say you are now? Are you going to be who you thought you were? Like, how are you going to chime in? Are you going to be that old version of you, the new version of you? How are you going to operate? And then you will continuously start to see like reassurances from the Most High, because they're delivered for you. Like the thing is like the 222 that you see, the 555, the 111, the 1111, the 333, the stuff, all those are for you. Those aren't for anybody else. Those are for you. Like you could try to tell people. I mean, people in the spiritual community, we get it, okay? But there's people who do not get it, okay? Where you're like, yo, 333, like Jesus Christ is with me right now. Yeshua the Christ is with me right now. Like they're not going to see it that way. They're just like 333. That's a number. As 3 repeating threes. That's cool. And some people might get it. Some people might, and some people know about 777. Some people know about 1111 or whatever. But you have to really start to see that these things are actually like really connected. And so you really start to be the embodiment of the numerology. You start to see those synchronicities. You start to see the reassurances in your life. Like, oh, I was just talking about I am. And then I just saw a book set that says I am. And I've been really trying to discover myself. Oh, it says the power of really discovering yourself. You start like, oh, I started talking about I want a queen bed. And then you just see all these queen beds show up. I'm not talking about the algorithm either. I'm talking about the spiritual algorithm. I'm not talking about the technological algorithm. I'm talking about this has been around since before technology. I'm saying that when you speak of something, you're attracting it or you're repelling it, depending on how you use the words, which is exactly what I'm saying in I am. Words is a very important thing. If you want to bring something into your life, use your words. Okay, if you want to cast something out. Okay, here's another instance. I literally remember. I remember this at Cheesecake, and I know who I am. I know who I am, okay? And so I don't know if this person necessarily knows who they are. And they were ultimately trying to like mess with me, play with me, da 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 da. And I remember like getting up and I like yelled at this person. And he was like, dude, what, da 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 da. And then I just told him, get out, go, get out. I don't want you here, you know? And I started like really doing those types of spell works where I was like, that type of spell work where I was like, really like, the exit's there. You're an exit. Get out. The door's there. Leave. You know, stuff like that. Like putting out all these different types of the way I'm spelling my words in sentences. Okay. Yo, this guy left a week later. I didn't see him. I heard him one time talking some smack when he was, you know, cooking and all this other type of stuff. And I didn't even care. It was fine. I actually kind of knew, and I was like, whatever, I already knew people were going to try to slander my name, whatever. And so he was the only one there, so he could twist it as much as he wants, but the only two people who know are me and him, and we know the truth, okay? Now, here's the thing, too, is that when that happened, yo, he left a week later. Like, that is a reassurance that, like, I command my reality, that I create my reality through the cymatic frequencies that I create, through certain types of words, colors of words. Like we have colors of words, colors of the wind. Like you literally speak specific types of words. You speak within certain vibrational frequencies. And that is I am. I am is coming from the root. So we've already talked about this. And this is a very important thing, that you start to operate on consciousness, like true self-consciousness, where you become conscious of all the things that you yourself have done, do, and will do, and how you act. And so a lot of people say, like, how are you so focused? Or how can you do things for long periods of time? Or how can you help this or build this? And it's by choice. And you have to realize that above all is choice. Okay, there's always a choice. Above all is a choice. You could choose to believe lies and you could choose to believe the truth, okay? But both that came before that is a choice, okay? And here's the thing too, is that choice, like you really have to see that everything comes from choice. Everything is based on choice. So I don't want this to go too long, but ultimately this was like a thing that I did. I started assuming that I got Cheesecake, and I ended up getting both jobs, guys. I ended up getting both BJ's and Cheesecake. Now, did I stay at both? No, but I'm just saying that it works, and it's just a reassurance that if you can assure that, then you can literally reassure. If you do the silent time, if you do the Vipassana, if you do the affirmations, if you do a little bit of the work spiritually, if you really put yourself in the best case scenario, say, hey, I want to be better. I don't want to drink alcohol, so don't go around alcoholics. You don't go around environments that have alcohol. You don't go around environments that might even consider talking about alcohol. You see what I'm saying? If you don't want to be a drug addict, all you have to do is just like not be around drug addicts, and then also not operate in places and environments where drug addicts are, or where they might even potentially be, or anybody who might talk about it. Okay? Now, when you realize this, you take the dimensional portal of space-time and time-space, you create a wormhole through hyperspace, and you actually start to parallel jump into the proper reality, into certain things. And it might be lonely, because not everybody knows this. It might be very lonely, meaning that you might have people who try to gaslight you because of their own projections, because of their own belief systems, because of their own knowledge, their own self-knowledge of how they know themselves. I'm not saying, see, and the thing about me and my knowledge and the thing about my belief systems is it doesn't require you to believe like me, but a lot of other belief systems require me to believe exactly like them for me to be who I am already. Okay? That's pretty much it, guys. Peace.